So yeah, it kind of looks like something, but also nothing. I guess that's why I'm not a barista. Though I always wanted to be one. Like in high school, that's what I wanted, my first job. But I never became one. Yes. So I heard that you're here today because you want to learn how to make stickers. You want to learn how to make these. It looks like I'm holding like a deck of cards up and I'm showing you my poker hand or something. So in this video today, I'm going to go over what equipment I like to use, how I illustrate my stickers, and I'll go over briefly how to use the program that I use with the machine that I use, and we'll print a sheet and we'll cut a sheet, and yeah, that is what we will do. Also, before we begin, I like to just pay homage to my friend Marg, who is the artist and the owner of Once More with Love. So she really has taught me everything I know about making stickers. Thank you so much if you're watching. So in this sticker tutorial, I will be focusing on how I make kiss cut sticker sheets, which are stickers with a light cut outline around each sticker on a sheet. Just FYI, I won't be covering die cuts, but if you can do this, you can easily do die cuts. Now let's go over equipment. A lot of you have asked about what equipment I use. So this is a scanner that I like to use. I prefer Epson scanners over others because I like the way the colors turn out. They're more accurate when they're scanned compared to other scanners that I've tried. And this is my sticker cutter. So I own a portrait silhouette, but aka nickname Headache. It has a personality of its own. It only cuts when it wants to. I'd have to troubleshoot it all the time or restart it. So I'm not sure if all machines have this problem or it's my problem because I have a refurbished machine. But anyways, it does its job. And this is my printer. So I use an HP printer because it has a monthly subscription service called Instant Ink, which guarantees that I'll never run out of ink. Basically, when my ink is running low, they mail me a new cartridge, so I never have to run out to get ink, which really works for me because I use a lot of color on each sheet, so it's actually more worth it if I subscribe to the service rather than go and buy ink. So if you've been to my Instagram page before, you know that I journal, and a lot of times I actually use some of the illustrations that I've done in my art journals. So in this video, we're going to make these doodles into stickers. Now let's scan these doodles. Oh, and actually I forgot to mention, some of my stickers are illustrated using Procreate on my iPad. So with that, I don't have to scan it, obviously. But for this tutorial, we'll be scanning a physical artwork and editing it on Photoshop. Okay, now that I have my scan open in Photoshop, I'm going to take this page and put it into my sticker sheet template. Here I'm just cleaning up the artwork and deepening the colors. I've never recorded my screen before, so I think I need to use something else later if you guys want to see how I clean my artwork because it's not recording all the pop-up menus. Anyways, here I've cut all the little stickers and laid it out into the sheet. I added some extra illustrations to fill up the space, and make sure to give the stickers enough space in between each other so you have room for the cut outlines. Then let's flatten this single sticker sheet and paste 4 copies of it on a letter size page. So this is 4 sticker sheets on an 8.5 by 11, and I'll be saving it as a PNG. Now I have my Silhouette Studio program open, and I am using the business edition, by the way, because it has a lot more features, but you can get away with using the basic or the designer edition. Here are my page settings. You can reduce the margins to a certain point. I try not to make it thinner than 0.39 because my machine is a troublemaker, and sometimes with thinner margins, it just doesn't cut as accurately. So for this sheet, I'm just going to use the default 1/2 inch margins. So I already have the exterior lines for 4 sticker sheets here. I basically created them using the tools on the left, this rounded rectangle shape and the line tool. Then I changed the color of these cut lines to green to identify them as exterior cut lines. Later, I'll set this cut line to cut all the way through the paper. Now let's drag my sticker sheet onto the bottom layer of this file. So with the basic edition of this program, you won't have the layers feature, but if you upgrade it to the designer level, you'll get that. So now the way I make my cut lines might be different from the other tutorials you've seen. I think you can do whatever works best for you, but this is how I do it. Some people use the features in Silhouette Studio to trace and offset the cut lines, but I feel like that works better for vector illustrations. My artwork is a little too detailed and messy to get clean cut lines, so I use Photoshop instead. In Photoshop, I select the illustration and expand the selection by 10 pixels. Then I color it all black and I roughly clean it up. So here you can see all the stickers has a black image that is 10 pixels wider than the actual drawing. Now I'm going to save this as a PNG. Then I'm going to drag it into another layer in Silhouette Studio. Using the trace function, and here are my settings, I'll just trace the outer edge. Now I'll place this over the illustration, and I'll release the compound path to edit every sticker cut line separately. So I like to reduce as many points as possible while adjusting the curves and the shape. The less points there are, the faster the machine cuts. And sometimes these points can be kind of sharp. You'll want to round it out. Now all the stickers have cut lines. I will keep this cut line colored red because when I set the cutter up, it'll know to only kiss cut the red lines and cut through the green lines. I'll show you what I mean later. But now let's print it, and on my print preferences I'll choose best quality, and I use sticker paper labels. Here there is a variety of sticker paper quality that you can use, but for my stickers today I'll just be using the paper quality. Sorry that my printer is a bit dusty. I've had it for a while and I never thought that it would be featured on camera. Alright, now that this sheet is printed, I'll be sticking it onto my Silhouette cutting mat. So I'm going to be matching this sticker sheet at the top corner of this. I like to cover up the little black line a little bit on the board just because it seems to be better for my printer. I mean my cutter, and my cutter is such a headache. How many times have I said that? Anyways, for this machine, match the edge of this mat to the first line of these 3 lines. Then I'll be clicking the up arrow to feed the mat in. And now on my studio program, I'll show you the settings for my cut lines. First, the interior cut lines, the red ones. These are the ones inside of my sticker sheet and they will be kiss cut only. So I set my blade at a 2, force at 7, speed at 8, and I'll do 1 pass. Every machine is different, so you'll have to test out to see what settings would work best for your machine. And the settings for my exterior cut lines, which are green, blade at 3, force at 20, speed at 4, and I'll do 2 passes. This will ensure that this sheet will be cut all the way through. Now I'll send it and we can watch my cutter do the work. Okay, it only failed to register once today, which is great because sometimes it takes me 30 minutes to figure out why my machine won't cut. One virtue you might develop as you learn how to make stickers is patience. Just kidding. Maybe I just became jaded and am always expecting the worst possible outcome. So it looks like patience simply because I don't get frustrated anymore. You know? All right, it's done. Now we can peel away the outer edge and scrap that. Peel off the sticker sheets gently from the mat. And ta-da! We have 4 sheets of stickers. If you like these stickers, I have an online store, and if they're still being sold, you can check them out there. And hopefully I was helpful. There are so many ways you can cut stickers, other machines you can use, but this is just my way. So thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, leave a tip, or ask a question. I'm not sure if I have answers, but I'll try to respond. And I'll catch y'all next time.